Chapter 4. It was Monday, the day of the science fair. I called Andrew before school to make sure his butt hadn't grown any bigger. No, he said, it's the same size as when you left yesterday. Even through the phone, I could hear a ripping noise. It was probably Andrew's sweatpants. I had no time to lose. Listen to me, Andrew, I said. Just leave for school right now and don't talk to anybody on the way. If he didn't talk to anybody, he couldn't lie, I figured. Sorry. Sorry. By the time Dad dropped me off at school with the bike and the generator, the gym was crowded with kids. It was so loud you could hardly hear yourself think. All of the kids were setting up their science projects and yelling instructions to each other. I went to take a look at some of the projects. The first few I saw looked pretty stupid. There was a scale model of a space shuttle powered by a bottle rocket. While setting it up, the boys who built it accidentally set off the bottle rocket. The space shuttle was now embedded in the ceiling of the gym. Oh my gosh, can you picture that? There was an automatic umbrella that opened and closed with the push of a button. This one was powered by solar energy. Of course, on rainy days, it wouldn't be sunny enough to power it. It wasn't very practical. There was a burglar alarm. It attached to the window of a house. If a burglar tried to open the window from the outside at night, the fake monster with a horrible face would pop up from behind a bush and make a shrieking noise. Unfortunately, this also happened if someone opened the window during the day or from inside the house. Because Spencer is so smart, I figured he'd be our biggest competition. I dreaded to see what he'd come up with. I walked over to where Spencer and his partner, Wendell Perkins, were putting together something really complicated. It had wires and stuff all over the place. Spencer, I said, what is that? It's a device for measuring the amount of energy you use when you do various activities, Spencer said. Like what? I said. Like eating a taco or playing a video. Playing a video game or tying your shoes, he said. It's really fantastic. You just hook these wires up to the person you're testing. Kind of like a polygraph, I said. Kind of like a polygraph, Spencer said, only you have to hook it up to a lot more places than a polygraph. You put 2 wires on each side of the forehead. You put 1 in each ear. You put 1 on each wrist. You put 1 on each ankle, and you put 1 up each nostril. Oh my gosh, can you picture that? Huh? I said. Tell me, Spencer, do you think anybody is going to agree to put wires up their nostrils? Spencer sighed. I don't know, Zack, he said. Unfortunately, the wires that go up the nostrils are the most important ones. They measure the amount of oxygen the person uses. Without them, said Wendell, we don't know if it's going to work. It sounded to me as though Spencer had designed a science project that might not even get tested, which meant that Spencer and Wendell weren't much of a threat. I went over to look at Vernon's project. His partner was Stephen Tanico. They had a lot of electronic stuff wired together, a CD player, a tape deck, lots of speakers. I mean lots of speakers. There were some speakers that were bigger than refrigerators. Wow, can you imagine that? You know how powerful that speaker is, said Vernon, pointing. When I turn up the volume, it will shatter windows a block away. It'll shatter lenses of anybody wearing glasses in the entire building. Unless you're wearing earplugs, said Stephen Tanico. It'll shatter your eardrums. So this is your project, I said. A really loud stereo system that breaks glass and makes people deaf. Isn't it great, said Stephen. So what do you do? Just go out and buy a lot of expensive stereo components? I said. No, you moron, said Vernon. We also hooked them up. You think it's easy hooking up all those speakers? Right, I said. So what's your project? Vernon asked. You'll see, I said. A few minutes later, Andrew slowly lumbered into the gym with the rest of our stuff. Had his butt grown? Oh, yes. If it had got any bigger, and it would be dragging on the floor. Andrew, I said, I'm starting to think you've got a really good chance of winning. Come on, let's get on the bike and practice. We set up the bike, got on, and started to pedal. Andrew had a lot of trouble keeping his butt on the seat. It was hanging over the seat on all sides. We pedaled, but the bulbs didn't light up. Pedal faster, Andrew, I said. I'm trying, Zack, he said, but it's hard. It probably wouldn't be so hard if your butt wasn't so huge, I said. What? Never mind. I pedaled twice as hard to make up for Andrew. It wasn't helping. Along came Vernon. Is that your project? Said Vernon. A stationary bike? What's the point of a stationary bike? It lights up a sign, you moron, I said. We're going to win, said Andrew. A few minutes ago, 2 of the judges passed by. I overheard one of them. He said our project was the most brilliant one he'd ever seen. Oh no, it was as if the bike tire pump was attached to Andrew and was blowing up his butt. Oh my gosh. You could actually see it expanding. I'm sorry, I can't. It's kind of funny, and I'm not reading real well, but I'm trying. It is funny. His butt is blowing up. Vernon was staring at Andrew. Andrew, did you know your butt just got bigger? Vernon asked. Andrew laughed. Zack says my butt grows bigger whenever I lie, said Andrew, just like Pinocchio's nose grew longer. But that's ridiculous because Andrew, don't say another word, I commanded. Never lie, said Andrew, finishing his sentence. It was too late. There was a slight ripping sound. Andrew's butt just outgrew another pair of sweatpants. Oh my gosh. Look at that. My gosh. Poor guy. He wants to win the contest, but his friend keeps telling silly lies and his butt's getting bigger. I hate to say it, said Vernon, but Zack is right. Oh no, soon Andrew's butt would be too big to fit on the bicycle seat. Andrew slowly pulled himself off the seat and started walking away. Andrew, I said, the judging is going to start soon. Where are you going? To the John, that's the bathroom, said Andrew. I'll come with you, said Vernon. I suddenly realized that what Vernon might be up to. He saw that Andrew's butt was almost too big for the bike. Vernon was going to egg on Andrew and brag and lie until he couldn't get on the bike at all. Then we'd lose for sure. I'm coming too, I said. End of chapter 4. More later from Big Butt. Watch butt now. You don't want to lie. You don't want your butt to catch on fire either because liar, liar, pants on fire. I love you.